Hello and welcome to Shannon Gardens. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So today is part 2 from our Pike Nurseries visit, and today we're actually putting the plants in the ground. We got the 2 Chapel Hill Lantana and we got the Boulevard Acropolis Clematis, and we will be planting those today. So come join me as we get those plants in the ground. So I wanted to show you guys where I'm going to be planting our clematis that we bought today, which is right behind this jasmine vine. And you can see I have a shorter fence here, and then behind that is a larger structure for the clematis to grow on. And the idea was to provide a backdrop and more privacy by planting that clematis vine. And here you can see I've got jasmine, which smells delightful and is starting to bloom. There's one of the blooms now. And so I will plant it here, and it does get partly to mostly sunny conditions in this area. It will get some shade from this big butterfly bush in the very late afternoon and evening, and then in the morning it will get some shade from this weeping holly that we have right here, which I absolutely love. We have a few of these in our yard. And so I think it is about time to get to planting. Okay, so what I did here is I pulled back the pine straw and discovered that this is soil that has not been worked before. So in that case, as with all of the plants that originally started on this hill, I had to take a pickaxe to actually break up this hard compacted clay soil. So that's what I'm going to have to do here because it has not been worked, and then hopefully I will get it deep enough to where I can plant the clematis. Okay, sprinkling in fertilizer. I have broken up the soil with the pickaxe, and then I took my hand shovel and I broke it up even more after I got done. Probably, I would say 2 to 3 times the width of the base of the plant itself, so that it would be able to root and spread its roots more easily. So I'm going to place it in my hole. Go. Loosen up the soil a bit that the plant came in. Okay. Let me look at my positioning here. This is a precarious spot because it is right on the edge of a retaining wall. Okay. I think I might want it a little bit closer. Over here. Let me see. This. Okay. And I think the best idea might be to put, oh dear, I lost a boy. To put this here and then to backfill with dirt. I'm going to try not to break this plant, which might be a little difficult. Let me see. I can feed it through the top. Okay, I think that's about right. And I can always position it and check it, and if I don't like it, I can move it. At least I've loosened up the soil, so that should make it a little bit more possible. Okay, so I'm just going to amend the soil a bit with some soil, bagged soil that I bought. You can do it with compost. I've done it with compost before, like mushroom compost or whatever, and I just amend it a bit. I do prefer to keep a lot of the natural soil in there because once it gets past the broken up part that I picked apart with my hand shovel and my pickaxe, it's going to have to forge its way through red clay anyway. So I like to keep a lot of that red clay in there, but let it ease into establishing its roots. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take some of the clematis and try to detangle it a little bit and thread it through so it's a little more separated and balanced. So I will do that now and then water, and I think we'll be good to go. Okay, so I got a little bit of this gardening Velcro, for lack of a better word. I'm not sure the official name of it, but I'm going to cut a little piece and actually tie up the tallest part of my clematis so that I can extend it to its full height and it can grow from there. Otherwise, I'm afraid it may just go straight out or wrap itself around itself. So I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to use this to help guide it to where I want it to go. Okay, we're gonna give it a thorough watering. It's warm out today, and I know it's only gonna get hotter this week, and I don't think we're anticipating any precipitation. So I wanna make sure to keep it nicely watered as it's establishing its roots, and make sure to give it the best chance at survival that we can. We also want to make sure that we aren't watering directly on the roots, but we're going to water around it too, so that that soil is moist as well. Okay, so my idea is actually to put the lantana down at the base of my flower hill. And my reasoning for that is that this is where the most erosion occurs. And so I am going to plant these, and they are spreaders, in hopes that it will help keep that erosion at bay. So I will be putting one to the right of these drift roses and then one to the left. And that'll also offer some balance, having one on each side. And I also wanted to create a little more yellow in the garden, or add a little more yellow in the garden. I have a lot of pinks and purples and a little bit of orange, but I wanted to add that pop of yellow as well and brighten it up. So we will get those in the ground. The good thing is because this is a spot where it does tend to erode, the soil is very easy to work. So I'm excited about this. This will be a lot easier than getting that clematis in the ground. So I'm just going to begin by moving the pine straw away. The birds are joining us, so you will hear them in the background for sure. I'm going to pull these plants. I actually transplanted this plant to a different area, but I still have some sprouts coming up that I'm going to pull real quick. But I'm planning on putting it here and then on the opposite side over here. So I will pull the pine straw away, dig my hole, and get these plants in. As you can see, this is very rich soil, very easy to dig in. I've probably planted in here several times before, and so it's just very easy to dig and very rich. It has a lot of worms in there, so very good soil to plant in. And now on to the last plant. All right, so let's have a final look at our product for today. And we've got our 2 Lantana in right there on either side of the drift roses. So I'm very excited about that. Really tried to put some lower kind of ground cover spreading plants here, such as the verbena and the Lantana, in hopes that it will help, again, keep that erosion at bay. And then if we walk through here, go up, you can see our Clematis behind the jasmine. I think that's going to be beautiful. I'm very excited. I love that pop of color, and I love the definition, especially once it fills in here. So I will keep you guys updated on how these look as they establish themselves here in the garden. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed our trip to Pike Nurseries and picking out the vine and our plants today. And we've got those in the ground, so I'll show you how that vine takes off in that spot. And I look forward to spending time with you again soon. Until next time, bye.